He laughs all the way to the bank and knows that all his stories are totally absurd bullshit. And that's the reason he can get Emma Stone, Jesse Plemons, and all that actors to trigger money for him. I'm on Letterboxd, the real Uwe Boll. Everybody else on Letterboxd who's not Uwe Boll should fuck off and leave. That's my message to the Letterboxd fans. I will now start writing reviews on Letterboxd myself. No aliases, whatever, like it's me. So I gave Bugonia from Yagos Latimotos half a star from 5. Not, let's say the guy would made one of this kind of movies. I would maybe say, like Poor Things or whatever, right? So whatever, I would say, good. That's interesting. That's something different. But he makes only this kind of movies. And he gets all these actors because he makes this kind of movies where they think I can play and crazy and bold and rip my leg off and fuck everybody in the ass and then maybe whatever. So I wrote here, it's time to say the truth about Yagos. He laughing all the way to the bank and knows that all his stories are totally absurd bullshit. And that's the reason he can get Emma Stone, Jesse Plemons, and all that actors who trigger then money for him. He's the only one who gets $40 million for movies nobody understands or watches just based on his name. A director with his name, Yagos Latimotos, must make good films. Is at least that what every idiot Hollywood agent, manager, studio manager believes. So watch better my film run now on Apple and Amazon. Second movie, Wicked for Good. Oh my God. Ariana Grande looks like she's starving to death. Cynthia Evans, whatever, looks like she's starving to death. I bet the director who's Asian looks like starving to death. Maybe that no craft service on the fucking movie. I don't know. It's another film, half a star out of 5. It's another film blown up by PR and SFX and money, like 250 million for premieres around the globe. And then a guy grabbed Ariana Grande on the red carpet. Oh my God, death penalty. He got the head chopped up in Singapore. He was already, and he was arrested again on a rock concert. It was scary, but Cynthia Evans went straight behind, in between, and kicked the shit out of everybody with her stilettos. They were like a brutal weapon for everybody involved. I don't know who can watch this, but it looks like a lot of people are stupid or gay enough to pay for this because it's a big hit. But instead, watch my film run now on Amazon Prime and Apple. So then I recently watched with, is it also Alex Garland, whoever directed it, Warfare. God. So basically, kind of unknown actors' faces that you saw in supporting roles around the block, acting like the typical thing Michael Bay made that with the, you see the US Army proud and whatever, like in Ramallah, in Iraq, in Syria, in Afghanistan. I give a fuck where they were, but it was a studio set. But so they went there, and then they're getting, basically they have to hide in a house, and everywhere are the Taliban, ISIS, whoever it is, they're shooting them, the Hamas, everybody, Hezbollah. And then it's a struggle for survival, and we watch it for 90 minutes till we sleep. I give it 2 out of 5 because I'm in general a war fan, and that's yeah. Another stupid military hero story what only proves one point. US soldiers don't know where they are, why they are there, and what the fuck is going on at all. I hope they all get shot and the film can end. That was happened when I was watching it. Sorry, nothing against US soldiers. You served your country. Be honest to yourself. You didn't know where you were, why you were there, and what the fuck was going on. Watch my films Darfur and Tunnel Rats if you want to watch a real war movie. And here, Warfare was basically, the good thing it was short, it was over fast. The Brutalist. Horrors of my life. Oh my God. 3.5 hours dragged out. Like if I shoot a movie long like Gandhi, then I maybe get an Oscar. That was the whole strategy of the Brutalist. That was the strategy of the Brutalist. First, you think he survived the Holocaust or whatever. Then you find out he survived a pedophile trip to the pyramids in Egypt for whatever reason with the rich businessman, where he has to build for 5.5 years a fucking museum somewhere. And it was so off the charts that it was like not only boring, it was dragged out endlessly, and it didn't make any sense, and I gave a fuck from A to Z. But because it was so long, I remember the soundtrack was good. It was interesting. And it was some good, long-standing 3.5 hours per union. I think the cameraman just switched the camera on and went to lunch sometimes. So long-standing camera shots, dragged out. And we all should think, oh my fucking God, the best movie I ever watched. Unfortunately, 1.5 stars out of 5. Yeah, and it doesn't help that the story was maybe true, because I cannot imagine that it was true the way they told it. The Conjuring Last Rites. Hopefully the last time that I see any of these actors or any movie with the name Conjuring. What a waste of time. Very scary for a 3 years old. My film Run is way more scary. Watch it right now. 1 star out of 5. God, that was so bad. I couldn't even believe it, how bad the Conjuring Last Rites were. But now, challenge us with the girl from Euphoria and Dune and everything. My line was, you want to fuck or play tennis? That's the only question of the whole boring, overhyped movie. Just total bullshit. Watch my film Run with Amanda Plummer and James Russell instead on Apple or Amazon. So the problem with challengers was like, first of all, they couldn't really play tennis. But second of all, Zaldana, so she played the lead. It was just like a dragged out, disastrous, a non-interesting love triangle. Super boring, hyped up like crazy. And then you watch it and you think, oh my God, that's the worst thing. Frankenstein. Is it from Guillermo del Toro or whatever? I mean, 2.5 stars from 5 because of the technique and wardrobe and CGI and lights and costumes and everything. First of all, it's this time really me, Uwe Boll. Means everybody else was always fake and is fake. So anybody who's there and named himself Uwe Boll should omit their profile and fuck off on Letterboxd. So that's my message, and watch my film Run, blah, blah, blah. But that's the point. I know, I write about my own film. That's a good film with a real subject, not artificial and expensive redundant crap like Frankenstein. How many times we should produce the same stories? Fun fact, book Frankenstein, where the castle owner Frankenstein experimented with dead bodies, is right here where I live by Darmstadt. I live by Frankfurt. You can drive there. I put it in my thing. You can click it on. So, but it's like there's nothing new besides more costumes, more makeup, more CGI, and so on. So that's the story of Frankenstein. There will be more coming. Sign on, follow me on Letterboxd. That's very, very important. The real Uwe Boll. And all the best. The end of Insta Live. And now we have also the end of my little YouTube session here.